Hello everyone. Hi Justin. Hello. Let's open our advent calendar for Mr. Min and Little Miss. We will wait for a couple of minutes for people to start coming in. Hi. Hello. Before we open the Little Miss and Mr. Min advent calendar, shall I open my chocolate advent calendar first? Today's the 6th, but I don't think I opened mine yesterday. Where's number 5? Okay, right here. So I get 2 chocolates today because I didn't open yesterday. Ooh, there we go. That's my chocolate for today. Well, I am so definitely having chocolate at 8 a.m. Hello, Parker. Welcome. How do I open this? Definitely having chocolate at 8 a.m. Oh, you saw the lighting, Justin. I was gonna show everyone. Yeah, I got Christmas lights. No, they're not assorted chocolate. So they did a very, very cool packaging. So that's the Lindt one. What happened was that you were supposed to stand it up, right? And you can do that. And then supposedly you can stand it up like that. But look, basically you can see everything that's inside. I don't know what's the point, but I mean, I guess the job done because it's chocolate advent calendar. Alright, hello everyone. We have Parker, we have Justin. Who else is there? Tell me about your names. I was gonna show you my Christmas lights. Give me a moment. I'll turn off the light and then you can see the Christmas lights because it's 8 a.m. but it's still pretty dark outside. Oh, actually, the light is okay. I should keep the light off. Here you look. So that's Christmas lights. I've put all around the window. And people can see from outside as well at night. Well, you can see from outside. It's a pretty foggy day and it's still not 100% bright yet. But I've got these Christmas lights, they're so pretty. And then I've got tinsel. All over the wall. And then Christmas light. Because I told you guys yesterday I was gonna go Christmas shopping. Right, so that's what we got. And then I spent the whole day decorating the house and my room. Do you guys want to see my Christmas tree? Can I show you my Christmas tree in the house before we go on to opening the advent calendar? Yeah? Okay. I hope you guys won't. Oh, hello Gareth. Hello Kaden. Hello Arif. Oh, amazing. All right. I'll just quickly, because I'm very excited, I'll quickly show you my Christmas tree outside. So that's our Christmas tree. And we were decorating it yesterday. It sits right there neatly in that corner. If I turn off the light, you can see the Christmas light. Oh, is the light coming? Yeah, the light is coming on. So that's our Christmas tree. We're decorating it there. We've got bubbles and tinsel all over it. I'll come out and turn it off in a minute. So that's what it looks like. We were trying to do some puzzles yesterday. Apparently it's 1,000 pieces and you won't believe me when I say I have not done a puzzle in my life ever. So we were trying to do it, I had a really difficult time. But yes, let's get on to our advent calendar, shall we? Okay, let's come back to our advent calendar. Okay, I'll turn off the Christmas lights. So, there we go. I'll turn off the Christmas lights so you can't see the reflection over here. Alright, are we ready? Okay, let's get started. Okay, so yesterday we did number 1 and number 2. Today is a Sunday, so let's treat ourselves to 2 more books, shall we? Because we got to catch up. Today is the 6th of December already, and we're still just finished number 2. So we'll do number 3 and number 4 all together. All right, are we ready? Let's get started. What would it be? Oh, yesterday we had number 1 was Mr. Christmas. And today we have a Little Miss Christmas. That's Little Miss Christmas. And then we have, what's this? Mr. Jelly and the Pirates. What do you think Mr. Jelly would do and would feel when he sees some pirates? Okay, so these are the 2 books we'll do. We'll probably just do 2 books today. And if we do 2 books tomorrow, on Monday, tomorrow will be 7th. And then on Tuesday, we'll be able to catch up because we started off a bit late, yeah? Okay, so we got these. Let's get started. It's the background music, all right? It's the lighting, all right? I'll adjust the height now so that we can see better. Okay. I'm getting the link of our live out to my friends. Okay, give me a second, guys. Thank you. Alrighty. Okay, let me try to adjust it. What about this? We do that first. It should be a little bit lower. Okay. Give me a second to adjust the height. Why can't I move this? Okay. What about this? Oopsie. Is this okay? Yeah, this sounds okay. This size looks okay, yeah? Alright, so we will start off with Little Miss Christmas. Alright. What do you think Little Miss Christmas would do? What do you think she would do? Do you think she's gonna have a difficult time? Do you think she's gonna enjoy it a lot? Let's read on and find out, shall we? Okay, again, the book is really small, so I'll need a pen to help me point to the words. Little Miss Christmas. Little Miss Christmas lives in an igloo at the North Pole, next door to her uncle, Father Christmas. Remember yesterday when we were reading Mr. Christmas? Mr. Christmas lives in the South Pole, yeah? And Father Christmas and Little Miss Christmas lives in the North Pole, a long way from her brother, Mr. Christmas. Little Miss Christmas works for Father Christmas. Her job is wrapping all the presents before Father Christmas delivers them on Christmas Eve. As you might imagine, there are an awful lot of presents to wrap. It takes her all year long just to wrap the presents. Oh my gosh. And as much as Little Miss Christmas loves her job, there are times when wrapping presents, day in, day out, day in, day out, what she does every day is just wrapping presents. Well, imagine if you have to do that every single day. That could be a bit boring, couldn't it? Last year, after nearly a whole year buried in wrapping paper and sticky tape, Little Miss Christmas decided that she deserved a holiday. Maybe she does. She had nearly finished wrapping all the presents and thought that it would not do any harm for Father Christmas to wrap the last few himself. To make things easier for him, she rang her brother at the South Pole, Mr. Christmas, and asked him to come and help. Ring, ring. Hello, Mr. Christmas. Can you come and help me, please? She says. Mr. Christmas flew up to the North Pole in his magic flying teapot on the day Little Miss Christmas left for her holiday. Remember, yesterday we read about the wizard giving Mr. Christmas the magic flying teapot. I won't be back until the day before Christmas Eve, so you have to make sure you finish wrapping the last of the presents. Little Miss Christmas reminded them just before she boarded her plane, because she hasn't finished her job, right? Don't worry, boomed Father Christmas. We've got plenty of time. We'll have them all wrapped and ready long before you return. The next morning, after a breakfast of Christmas pudding on toast, Father Christmas led Mr. Christmas into the wrapping room, and they set to work with the wrapping paper and the presents. This isn't going to take any time at all. We'll finish it in no time, said Father Christmas an hour later. In fact, we've got plenty of time left. How about a game of golf? Does anyone here play golf? And then Mr. Christmas says, oh, good idea. Are they going to go on a golf tour? And so the two of them played golf for the rest of the day. All day long they played golf. Imagine if you had some work to do and all you did was play golf every day. I mean, not every day, at least this whole day, this entire day. Is that a good idea? The following morning, they settled down to work. Oh, great. They finally did settle down to work. Hi, Chloe. Hello. After an hour, Father Christmas piped up again. How do you fancy going reindeer racing? We've got plenty of time left to do this. Well, we can wrap presents anytime, can't we? But would you like to go reindeer racing? That's a good question, May. How can they spot the white golf ball in the white snow? That is true. How do they see the ball when they're playing golf? I have no idea. Well, imagine Father Christmas lives there all the time, covered in snow. Maybe he's got amazing eyesight. Oh, really, Justin? You like to play golf? Do you play every week? But can you still play now when in the pandemic, in COVID? Is it difficult? I've never played golf. I would like to try though. So, well, Father Christmas. I would say Father Christmas is a bit naughty, isn't he? suggesting all these activities to distract them from doing their work. And the two of them spend the rest of the day racing reindeer across the ice. Race, race, racing. So 2 reindeer holding the sledge and they're racing. The next day, they did not even reach the wrapping room. They did not even go in the wrapping room. They did not even bother to try to do the work. We've still got plenty of time to finish that wrapping. Shall we go fishing today? Suggested Father Christmas at breakfast. Good idea. Let's go fishing, said Mr. Christmas eagerly. So they went fishing in North Pole. Well, the only way you fish is to get a hole through the ice. That's how you fish. Yeah, they got little stools to sit on. Well, meanwhile, what do you think little Miss Christmas is doing? Well, having a holiday of her lifetime. So it continued and it continued. When little Miss Christmas lay on the beach in the Christmas Islands, well, where else? Blissfully unaware of what was going on, Father Christmas and Mr. Christmas were spending a lot of time having fun and very little time wrapping presents. Remember, that's the job little Miss Christmas gave the two of them. So you will not be surprised to learn that the wrapping had not been finished by the time little Miss Christmas returned from her holiday. What do you think little Miss Christmas would feel? Parker, Chloe, what do you think little Miss Christmas would feel, right? Look at her face. And so little Miss Christmas exclaimed, "What have you two been doing all this time?" When she saw the huge pile of unwrapped presents just sitting there by themselves. Yeah, see how angry she felt. Look at her face. Father Christmas and Mr. Christmas sheepishly studied at their feet. They looked down. See how Father Christmas looked down? Oh, I'm so sorry. Unable to look little Miss Christmas in the eye because they didn't do the work that they were given. And so she continued super angrily. Yeah, she was so disappointed and so angry. You're right, Parker. You're right, Justin. Caden, do you think little Miss Christmas would be very angry? So she continued, "How are we ever going to get this all done by tomorrow evening? Christmas is coming soon." It was then that she realized she had an idea. Ding! A brilliant idea. We can ask all the Mr. Men and little Misses to help us, and you can go and pick them up in your teapot, she cried, pointing at Mr. Christmas. By tea time, Mr. Christmas had collected as many of the Mr. Men and little Misses as he could find and brought them to the North Pole. Well, I have a question. They have presents to wrap. Now, if they invite the Mr. Men and little Misses to help them wrap the presents, does it mean that some of them will be able to peek through what's inside the presents because the presents are for them anyways? Would it ruin the surprise? I don't know. They all worked right through the night, although little Miss Christmas had to be careful about which jobs she gave them. Mr. Bump was only allowed to wrap teddy bears because he kept breaking the other presents he was given. Mr. Bump. And little Miss Bossy had to keep a careful eye on little Miss Naughty to stop her wrapping nasty surprises in her present. What's this? What do you think this is? This is little Miss Naughty. Imagine what she does and how she does things. What is she wrapping in the presents? To me, it looks like, yes, you're right, Parker. Mousetrap, I was gonna say. It looks like a mousetrap. Well, that's not a very decent Christmas present, is it? Not everything quite went to plan. Mr. Muddle kept writing Happy Easter on the labels. Mr. Muddle, you gotta stop mixing things around. It's Christmas, not Easter. And Little Miss Helpful tried very, very hard. Yes, you were right, Justin. Mousetrap, yes. Little Miss Helpful tried very hard to be helpful, but got into a lot of trouble with the sticky tape. Look at Little Miss Helpful trying to be helpful, but indeed doesn't quite work. Mr. Forgetful kept forgetting to put her presents in his parcels. And there was no mistaking the presents wrapped by Mr. Messy. Well, Miss Messy so messy. Well, when it's a present wrapped by Mr. Messy, we'll know. However, by lunchtime on Christmas Eve, all the presents were wrapped and labelled and packed away in Father Christmas' sleigh. Thank you so much, said Little Miss Christmas to everyone. I don't know what we could have done without your help. There could have been a lot of empty spaces under a lot of Christmas trees. Now we just need Father Christmas. Has anyone seen him? We need Father Christmas to help deliver the presents, yeah? But nobody had. Nobody had seen him? Eventually, Little Miss Christmas found him playing cards with Mr. Christmas. Of course, they are having fun every single day. Quick! You're going to be late! Shouted Little Miss Christmas to both of them. And Father Christmas chuckled. Don't worry. We've got plenty of time. Are you sure, Father Christmas? You have plenty of time? What do you think would happen next, children? Father Christmas is a bit naughty this year, isn't he? But I feel like Little Miss Christmas is a very, very good helper. Yeah, that's right, Justin. Father Christmas is a very lazy Father Christmas. But I feel like Little Miss Christmas is such a helpful person. Very organized, very determined to get the job done. I hope you guys have enjoyed the book, because we're going now on to our second book for today. Okay, now, before going to the second book, we are... no gifts, right, Justin? Before we go into our second book, we'll take a 1 minute break so you guys can grab a cup of tea, cup of hot chocolate, a glass of water, whatever you need, and I'll have a sip of my tea. Yes, Parker, I agree with you. Little Miss Christmas is very responsible. Oh, Justin, do you think the kids won't receive any presents at Christmas this year because of how lazy Father Christmas is? Yeah, you're right, could be. Okay, we'll have a bit of a break before we go into our second book. Okay, are we ready? Oh, have you read? Which one have you read before? You've read Mr. Jelly, but have you read Little Miss Christmas before? It's alright. We can read it again. It's going to be really fun. Hope Caden is still here. We have Chloe. Who else is there? Can all read together. It does rain a lot more than in Hong Kong, but today it's super foggy. I think it's pretty cool today. Let me check the temperature, I'll tell you. When I woke up, like right before I went on this live, it was 1 degree. Oh yeah, now it's 1 degree and it's full of fog. It's the same as I showed you just now. Out the window is full of fog. It's like we are inside the cloud right now, basically. It's 1 degree and sometimes it rains. It doesn't, for now, it hasn't rained as much as I would have thought this year. So, but it's gone pretty cold. All right, let's get started with Mr. Jelly, shall we? Mr. Jelly and the Parrots. Mr. Jelly is the most nervous person you will ever meet. The slightest thing will send him into a panic. Even the sound of the wind in the trees will make him bolt behind the sofa, quivering and shaking like that. When your hands are quivering and shaking, you go, yeah, because you're so scared, so nervous. So as you can imagine, it takes Mr. Jelly a long time to pluck up enough courage to go on holiday. This year, Mr. Jelly went to Seatown. Mr. Jelly longed to join everyone playing in the sea, but he was too frightened. Why don't you go for a swim? Suggested Mr. Lazy. You want to go skiing, Caden? Yeah. I've never skied before, to be honest, but I would really love to see, I would really love to go skiing, and I really wanted to snow this year. It doesn't snow every year in Oxford, but I hope that it does this year. Why? Mr. Jelly longed to join everyone playing in the sea, but he was too frightened. Why don't you go for a swim? Suggested Mr. Lazy. I'm too scared, admitted Mr. Jelly. There might be nasty seaweed, or a crab, or a shark. So Mr. Lazy said, well, why don't you go out in my dinghy? Replied Mr. Lazy. I'm adrift out to sea and never be found again, said Mr. Jelly, trembling at the thought. No, you won't. Not if I hold on to the rope right here. You won't get lost. Mr. Jelly thought this over and decided to risk it. He decided to try it. After a while, Mr. Jelly began to enjoy himself in a dinghy. But when he looked back, he discovered that he was a very long way from the beach. Mr. Lazy had fallen asleep and the rope had slipped and through his fingers. We shouldn't have trusted Mr. Lazy. He had fallen asleep. Well, that's what Mr. Lazy does. The rope is right here, the end of the rope. Oh, help! Oh, help! A wave is going to turn over the boat and I'm going to be swallowed by a whale, shrieked Mr. Jelly. But he was too far away for anyone to hear him. Before long, the land disappeared and large black storm clouds gathered on the horizon. Big black storm clouds coming from afar. Thunder boomed and lightning crackled. The sea rose up in a great roaring mass that tossed the little dinghy from wave to wave. Oh, help! Oh, help! He shrieked. I'm going to be struck by lightning and burnt to a crisp and tipped out of the boat and drowned. And then he fainted. When he woke up again from his faint, he discovered that he had been washed up to a tiny deserted island, surrounded by the sea. Mr. Jelly looked out at the vast expanse of the sea. Oh, he said in a very small voice. And then he fainted again. Mr. Jelly was woken by the sound of digging. He peered through the bushes at the side of the beach. What he saw filled him with terror. 1, 2, 3. 3 swashbuckling, ruthless-looking pirates were digging up a treasure chest. Mr. Jelly knew that he must not make a sound, but the more he tried not to make a sound, the more he wobbled and trembled in fear. And the more he wobbled and trembled in fear, the more the bushes shook and rustled. So, in a very short time, Mr. Jelly was found and set quivering on the sand in front of the pirates. Well, shiver my timbers if he ain't just what we need, growled the pirate captain. A cabin boy. We can take him and he could help us. The 3 pirates and the new cabin boy, Mr. Jelly, rowed out to the ship anchored by the bay. Mr. Jelly shook and trembled and quivered in terror. The pirates, who prided themselves on their bravery, chuckled and laughed. They had never met anyone as scared and as nervous as Mr. Jelly. And over the following week, they came to realize just how nervous Mr. Jelly really was. On the first day, the first mate ordered Mr. Jelly up into the rigging to set the sail. He had to climb up. Oh, help! Oh, help! Shrieked Mr. Jelly. It's so high up and I'm going to have to climb and climb and climb. And then I'll be even higher up and I'll get dizzy and I'll fall down into the sea and I'll be eaten by a shark. And then he fainted. Luckily, he had only climbed 2 rungs and the first mate caught him easily. I'd never have thought of that, murmured the first mate to himself. How nervous could he be? The next day, the quartermaster ordered Mr. Jelly to sharpen the cutlasses on the grinding stone. I'll make the cutlass very sharp, and it will be so sharp that I will cut my finger, and then I'll bleed and bleed and bleed. And then he fainted. I never have thought of that, mumbled the quartermaster to himself. How nervous can Mr. Jelly be? On the 3rd day, the gunner ordered Mr. Jelly to practice firing the cannon. Oh, help! Oh, help! Shrieked Mr. Jelly. I'll load the cannon and then fire the cannon and the explosion will be so loud that I'll go deaf and then I won't be able to hear anything and then, well, you know what happened then, don't you? He fainted again. So the gunner muttered to himself, I never thought of that. Well, how nervous just could he be? So this continued all week long. Mr. Jelly even fainted when the cook ordered him to light the stove in the gallery because he was afraid that he would set the ship on fire. And a very strange thing happened during the week. Not only did the pirates discover how nervous Mr. Jelly really was, but they also began to find out how nervous they had become too. Maybe the nerves are contagious. They can spread out to people. The more Mr. Jelly shrieked and fainted and quivered and quaked at what the terrible accidents might happen, the more the pirates found themselves worrying. By the end of the week, the pirate captain found himself with a crew who were too scared to do anything at all. Even the ship's carpenter had downed tools, because he was afraid he might get a splinter. This is hopeless, roared the captain. How can we call ourselves pirates? That cabin boy has turned you all into scaredy cats. Mr. Jelly must walk the plank. So, Mr. Jelly was pushed out onto the plank. Oh, help, shrieked Mr. Jelly. Don't make me walk the plank. I'll fall into the sea and then I'll have to swim for hours and hours and then I'll get weaker and weaker and then I'll drown. That's horrible, said the first mate. Yeah, really nasty, agreed the quartermaster. We can't do that, said the gunner, and the rest of the crew agreed. And so the captain said, That's it. I give up. Do what you want. And the crew did. They sailed very cautiously and very slowly because Mr. Jelly had turned them all into nervous, worrying human beings, to Seatown, where they let Mr. Jelly off the ship. Mr. Jelly found Mr. Lazy on the beach. What was Mr. Lazy doing at that time? Fast asleep. Mr. Lazy yawned. Stretched and opened an eye. Hello, he said sleepily. Did you have fun out in the sea? Oh, sorry, I fell asleep. But here you are, you see? Safe and sound. Mr. Jelly began to wobble and quiver and shake. But this time, not in fear. What was Mr. Jelly feeling this time? Mr. Jelly was very, very, very angry. Why did Mr. Jelly get angry? What was Mr. Jelly angry at? What do you think? Chloe, are you still here? Caden, what do you think? Parker, what do you think? Who else is here? Tell me your name. Why would Mr. Jelly? Hello, who else is here? Feel free to tell me your kids' names. Why do you think Mr. Jelly would get so angry when he came back? Yeah, you're right, Justin. So Mr. Lazy didn't deliver his promise. He didn't do what he promised Mr. Jelly, right? And what did Mr. Exactly, maybe, well, Parker, well, he could still care about Mr. Jelly, but maybe he cared more about napping than Mr. Jelly. He's just Mr. Lazy. He's Mr. Lazy, and that's only so much he could do because he's lazy. He's born to be lazy. So he could still care about Mr. Jelly, I'm not sure. But maybe he cared about napping more. But Mr. Lazy did promise Mr. Jelly that go have fun in the sea. Go in my dinghy. I will hold the rope for you and you won't get lost. But he ended up not doing what he promised Mr. Jelly, right? He promised he would hold on to the rope, and the rope slipped through his fingers when he fell asleep. And so Mr. Jelly was so scared when he found himself in the storm, when he met the pirates. Yeah, he could have been in danger. He could have been in danger, couldn't he? And so angry. How did you guys enjoy the 2 stories that we did today? For those of you who just came in, Eunice, Michael, I'm Vin, Moses and Mark, are you guys here as well? I'm sorry we have finished our stories today, But we are going to have another 2 stories tomorrow before we catch up, because this is still books number 3 and 4 on our advent calendar, and today is the 6th of December already, and we're gonna do books number 5 and 6 tomorrow. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it and will enjoy it some more tomorrow. I will keep on reading stories all the way until Christmas, going on live every day. Tomorrow is a Monday. Do you guys prefer afternoon or nighttime? I remember somebody saying afternoon. We can do late afternoons. We can do something like just like today, something like 4 or 5 or 6. What about something like that? Is that okay for you guys? Let me know what time works best for you. The earliest, thank you, Justin. I'm happy that you enjoyed it. The earliest I can do is probably 3:30 or 4 o'clock Hong Kong time, and anytime afterwards is okay. Yes, Parker, I can still drink tea at 1 degree, so I'm having my tea right now. Because it's pretty warm indoors. It's just cold outside, so I tend to keep my windows shut pretty tightly. But if I go out, I'll need to wear a lot of layers. The other day, I couldn't feel my toes. My toes were so cold, they were numb. I couldn't feel it at all. Yeah, about 3 to 4. Yeah, cool. I will announce on the page what time I'm going live very soon for the rest of the week. I'll try and keep it the same time so you guys don't get confused. I'll try and keep the same schedule for Monday to Friday so you guys can come in the same time every day. And if you have missed our stories today, you can watch them again, or you can send them to your friends because the live will be saved as separate videos later on. All right, I hope you guys have enjoyed today. Have a nice rest of your Sunday. My Sunday has just started with the fog. It's still very, very foggy outside. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys tomorrow. You love cold, Kaden? No, it's so cold in here. Like, it's okay when I'm in my room, I'm in the house, but when I go out, I can take a walk. But I was wearing 2 pairs of socks the other day, tights and then socks, but my toes were still frozen, numb. I couldn't feel them, I couldn't move them at all. Well, all right, so much of chattering. I will see you guys tomorrow then. Goodbye, children. Have a nice rest of your Sunday. Bye-bye.